There will be a time. Oh, oh.
Hey guys, and welcome on into the first NHL season pick show of the year. It's opening day, and we are ready to break down the first three games of the season. And to do that with me, I have NHL Daily Bets. Find him at NHL Daily Bets on Twitter. Link will be in the description below. It isn't right at this moment, but I'll be adding it as soon as the show is done. And we are going to break down these three games. And we're going to jump right into it here and get into the first game. And I will bring up the odds. I'll take you out and bring up the odds here and quickly go through them. So currently right now, you can get Nashville anywhere from plus 130 to plus 135. Tampa Bay minus 148 to minus 160. 6.5s in this game right across the board. And I locked in this game as soon as the lines were dropped. So Bet365 dropped the lines for all five, for the first 5 days of the season a few weeks ago. And I got Nashville at plus 150. So obviously it's moved to plus 135. I put it up as a premium play and I put in my package. I said, you're going to want to get on this now because it's not going to be Nashville plus 150 on opening night. And of course, the line is moved plus 135. I still like it at plus 135. I like the Predators here. Nashville team total over 2.5, minus 135. I like them to score some goals in this one. And Jonas Johansson was fantastic in the preseason. He had 2 shutouts. And I think, I don't want to say that's a fluke, but I like to see him do that here in the regular season. Preseason is one thing, regular season is a different thing. And I like Nashville to come out strong here. When it comes to player props, Forsberg to get a point is minus 125. Forsberg is on the top line for the Predators, top power play as well. So minus 125 to get a point is something that we're not going to get in a few weeks. So this is something you want to jump on. And then Ryan O'Reilly, the center on the top line, is minus 105 to get a point. I'm on both of those, as well as the Nashville team total and Nashville money line. It's just too great of a price to pass up this early on in the season. What do you think about this game, Nashville and Tampa Bay?
Yeah, so I jumped on this early with the Vasilevsky news. I got the over 6 at minus 115 on Bovada, and I would be lying to you if I said I'm not scared about Johansson now with the preseason. You know, he had 3 great starts, and it was against good teams too. It was against, 2 Florida teams who were playing good guys. Carolina, who had their, I would say, 1A team. So those are 3 good starts, and he's coming in here with confidence. So I don't know, if the Tampa Bay goalie coach got him going, if he has a different mindset now. I have his stats down. In the NHL, he has 35 games played, 3.32 goals against average, and a .887 save percentage. That is terrible. I mean, that save percentage is brutal. And I know he was on Buffalo, but he also had stints with Florida. He had stints with Colorado. Those are good teams where you can, pad the stats a little bit, and he just wasn't. And then you look at his AHL stats, and he's average with the save percentage there too. He's .911. You look at his ECHL, he's .901. I mean, this guy is just not good, to put it simply. But right now, I am a little bit concerned. He had a great preseason. He could be coming in here with confidence. But I still like that spot. I like the over 6 a lot. I'm leaning in Tampa here. I don't have a bet on the money line. I am a little bit concerned. 2 goalies coming in here who can steal games, honestly. Like Saros can come in here and just steal it. And then Jonas is playing out of his mind right now. So who knows what he's going to bring? I think he's the biggest question mark in this game. So it's hard to be confident on either side with just those question marks on Jonas's side.
Yeah, for sure. I can agree with that. And hey, it's not taking Nashville game one. You're fading Tampa Bay at home. This team is rested, so
Hmm.
uh, I can see why people would want to take Tampa Bay for sure. I just like the Preds in this one.
Yeah.
We'll jump into the second game, which is the Chicago Blackhawks and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Chicago, the first of a back-to-back. So the Blackhawks are getting a back-to-back to start the season. Nobody else is getting that, just the Blackhawks here. I will bring up the odds. Currently, you can get the Blackhawks plus 195 to plus 214. Pittsburgh minus 240 to minus 250. 6.5s are the total here in this game. And I also jumped on this a few weeks ago. Chicago Pittsburgh over 6.5. I got for minus 110. So it's around minus 115, minus 120 now.
Mhm.
And basically, you just have to look at this Chicago Blackhawks lineup. Yes, they've got Bedard now, so they've got a little bit of offensive threat with Taylor Hall on the top line. And they do have a few guys, Lucas Reichel on the second line, that is a good prospect as well. But if you look at the bottom two lines, if you look at the defense, if you look at the goaltending, this Blackhawks team is still awful. It's still one of the worst teams in the league.
Mhm.
So I expect goals on both sides. Pittsburgh struggled defensively last year. They added Eric Carlson, which is going to help them offensively, but it's not going to really help them defensively. So I like goals in this game. I think this might be kind of a defense is optional game, and I could see us getting a very high scoring game in this one. So I'm on the over nine and over 6.5 in this one. I'm also on Riley Smith to get a point for the Pittsburgh Penguins at minus 125. He is on the second line with Malkin and Raquel, but that's still two very good players to be playing with, and I like him to get a point tonight. Crosby assist is minus 115 at Bet365. In a few weeks, Crosby assist is going to be minus 140 and minus 150. He is playing, the Pittsburgh Penguins are playing one of the worst defenses in the league. We're not going to get Crosby assist at minus 115 in this spot. If it was a few months from now, it would be minus 150 for sure. So I like that. And then for the Blackhawks, Taylor Hall to get a point minus 104. Um, he plays on that top line. He's on the top power play. Everyone is betting Bedard props, and I can understand why. But that's why they are priced the way they are. Meanwhile, the guy who plays with Bedard is minus 104. He was plus 100 earlier to get a point. I do think the Blackhawks will help with this over. So I like Taylor Hall to get a point in this one. What do you think about this game? Blackhawks and Penguins.
So I'm also leaning the over. I know a lot of people are on that. That's a pretty popular play. Just looking at Twitter today. But I think these are two fade teams throughout the year. I mean, Chicago, I think they're getting overhyped with Bedard. And yeah, he's a great player. I get that. But, his props are just getting absolutely smashed. I mean, those lines are moving so quickly. And it's hard to think that he's just going to cover these with ease every single game. So I think it's kind of in the money line too. So maybe there's value on Pittsburgh. I'm not trying to play that at minus 200 or whatever it is now. Um, I do lean that over. I'm staying away from this game, but going forward, I think Pittsburgh is a great over team. They got Carlson. They don't have a defensive defenseman. Like, who's their best defensive defenseman? Ryan Graves. I mean, the D is very soft back there. They got Carlson, who's a great offensive defenseman, but his defense is terrible. And then you look at their goaltending, and they don't have goalies that will bail you out, really. They have Jari and Nedeljkovic, who pretty average goalies. So I will be looking at overs going forward for Pittsburgh. I'll be looking to fade both these teams going forward. I think they're both overhyped right now with, Bedard and then the Carlson trade. I think Pittsburgh's kind of around that 15 area for me if I had to rank them in the power rankings. They're a mid team, I think, and everyone kind of thinks they're around that 10 mark, I would say, re Twitter, just because of that Carlson trade, which I just don't agree with. So, yeah, both fades for me. I'm staying away from this game, though.
Awesome. Yeah, the Penguins for me are a team that could move up or down in my power rankings. It could be like they could drastically move.
They're also a
it's
very, very old team. They're the oldest team in the league by like a full year, which is that's crazy. They're the only team
Yeah.
over 30 with the average age, which, as the season goes on, we might see that come to bite them. So,
Yeah, Nick agrees with you, calling them the old and slow Pens will give
yeah.
up goals. Robert likes Gino goal, anytime goal. I can see it, and that sounds good to me because Riley Smith likely gets a point, an assist there. Crosby has to pass to someone for an assist, probably Rust or Jake. That's exactly why I'm on Crosby assist at -115.
I did hear that
On that
Gensel
one.
is playing tonight, and that was kind of a game time decision. So I think that does help the over. He's one of those
And he
guys
wasn't
where,
supposed to be even really
yeah,
checked on until the 25th of
right.
October. So he was
So that's a
supposed to
big
be out
one
for
for
a
him.
while.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's in the lineup. Probably
Hmm.
not 100%, but
Hmm.
he's in the lineup. I know a lot of people like his props. I'm pumping the brakes with
Yeah.
Gensel. I just want to see how he looks first. So
Yeah. See a couple games and
let's
then
see,
go from there. I agree with that.
for sure. Heading into the third and final game, a small 3-game slate, but we've got some pretty good matchups. This is probably the game of the night. I think we can all agree on that. And I will bring up the odds here. Seattle currently plus 138 to, or sorry, plus 135 to plus 145. Vegas minus 153 to minus 165. Sixes in this game here between these two teams. And for me, I locked in Kraken money line at plus 150 when the lines came out. So you can still get plus 145 in this one. And it's not necessarily because I think that the Kraken are going to win this game for sure. Like, I just think that the price is wrong. I think these two teams are a lot closer than the odds show. And I'm also taking the draw, a plus 350. I think we go to overtime in this one. I think it's an incredibly close game. So I like plus 350 with the draw, plus 150 on Kraken money line. And then two player props that, again, I don't think we're getting some value here early on in the season when it comes to player props. But Jared McCann to get a point is minus 125. Obviously, he is the Kraken's top goal scorer. I wouldn't mind looking at him for a goal as well, but I'll take the point at minus 125. And then Matty Beniers, the top line center on the Kraken, minus 110 to get a point. I like that as well. I don't expect this to be a high scoring game. I can see 2-2, but I could also see 3-3. And when the total is at a 6 here, I have no interest in the total. I just like Kraken money line, the draw, and McCann and Beniers both to get points, which are single bets right now. Later on in the season, I'll probably have to same game parlay those. But right now, we're getting great prices at the beginning of the season. Kraken Vegas or Kraken and Golden Knights, the game of the night. What do you think in this one?
So I do have a bet here. I grabbed under 6.5 a couple days ago. Might have been yesterday, but Pinnacle was holding it. Still, some sports books are holding it out there. I just think this Vegas team defensively and Bruce Cassidy as a whole, he has these very defensive teams that kind of just trap a lot of offenses in the neutral zone. They force the dump, they dump themselves, and then they get to work along the boards. I think it's going to be fairly low scoring, not a ton of opportunities. When we look at, money puck at the end of the day, it's probably going to be around that 4 or 5 expected goal mark. I am a little bit worried with Grubauer. He's he's been pretty bad for the Kraken. I think the Kraken had a good team last year, and he kinda held them back. He brought it up in playoffs, he played well in playoffs, but, I think he's the weakness in the regular season. I know Joey Daccord is the backup, and I think he might give Grubauer a run for his money throughout the year. I know Grubauer is gonna get this start, but, I think I really like Joey Daccord with how he's been playing in the AHL. I think that's kind of a hot take, but, um Grubauer just hasn't been it for the Kraken, and so that worries me a little bit. I just think this Vegas team is a very solid under team, and when you're getting that 6.5, I think it's worth a shot. Some sports books are still giving that -120, -130 range. I like that 6.5 under. That's the spot I'm looking for. I don't even know who Vegas is going with tonight. Are they going with Hill? Have they announced yet?
When I last checked, the only goalies that were announced were Jonas Johansson for Tampa Bay and Peter Mrazek for Chicago. Yeah, none of the other
Yeah.
goalies are confirmed yet.
So I would expect Hill
But
here,
it'll
but
be Aiden Hill. I'd be shocked
yeah.
if it wasn't.
Exactly. He just brought the cup home. But even with Thompson, I like that under. That's two solid goalies they have, and it's just a good defensive team overall. Like I said, Bruce Cassidy is a defensive coach, and he's going to put a lot of emphasis on the D zone coverage. So yeah, I'm leaning the under here. I do like your play on the Kraken. I think plus 150 is a pretty solid number. I think Vegas is getting a little overhyped. I don't think they're as good this year as they were last year with some of the moves. A couple D-men are out this game for them. So yeah, I'm kind of leaning the Kraken here. I'm not playing the money line. I'm staying away from it. I just have those two plays today that I gave out to you guys, and yeah, that's it for me today.
Awesome. Yeah, I was totally going to bring that up. I had forgotten until just a few minutes ago. But yeah, the Vegas Golden Knights will be without Zach Whitecloud, but the big one is Alec Martinez,
Yeah,
a big um, shot blocker on the
yeah,
defense. So
hmm
that scares me when it comes to the total in this game.
yeah.
But it definitely helps my Kraken money line for sure.
I think Martinez is a solid offensive D too. So he does bring a lot to the table in the offensive zone. So, give and take there. You put in a lower rated guy who doesn't want to make mistakes. He's going to play it a little bit safer. So maybe that does help the under a little bit more. But like you said, the shot blocks, you always want that with the under. So
Yeah, for sure. Toby likes Kraken, team total over 2.5, and McCann 2+ shots on goal, which is plus 107 for those two. Matthew Green likes Kraken -2.5,
wow.
plus 360. Wow. Uh, Going for the big plus money and really, really taking the Kraken. All right. McCann, 1+ point, -125. I'm on that. Love Crosby assist. Yes, myself. I agree. 1-800. Just kidding. Nick doesn't like draws, so he is puking face emoji.
I do see
Robert,
it being close like that, a 2-2 game. It could get 3-3, which would definitely concern me with the under. But yeah, I
yeah,
think it's going to be a close game. With I'm thinking it might be a 4-2 empty netter, but it's going to be a close game. That's why I'm predicting 4-2 Kraken.
awesome. God damn it, Terry! I was scared of this game going to overtime. Well, I'll be really happy if it goes to overtime. I'll tell you that. Plus 350 on night one. I'll take it. Kyle likes the under 6.5. Kev, salute. We'll come on in. I would love to see Yamamoto get a goal at plus 440. Whoa, is that what his price is for a goal?
He might not be in the lineup though. I know he's rotating with I forget who the other forward was. I was looking at their lines and he's on the fourth line and he was rotating in and out of the lineup. So he's one of those bubble guys that might not even get the start tonight.
Yeah, so you may want to get confirmed lineups before betting that one. Bang. Put 1,200 on the under 6.5. Best of luck, Kyle. What about our boy Marchessault? Yes, I was on Marchessault goal, Eichel assist all through the playoffs. Um, I really like Seattle today. So I'm kind of taking it easy when it comes to the props. I've got 2 player props in each game, and I'm going to keep it at that for night one. But
Mhm.
yes, if you want to sprinkle on Marchessault or Eichel props, Obviously, they're a little bit more pricey, so you'd have to take Marchessault goal or Eichel assist. I still like both of those.
I saw
Drager is
earlier
the
today, someone on Twitter. Oh, Drager got sent down. He was on waivers. He's not the
yeah. I
backup.
was just gonna say tell Nick that he got sent down. He's not the backup.
Yeah. What was the last one? I forget already. The last comment.
Marchessault.
Oh yeah. So I saw on Twitter something about the underdog line with his fantasy points. He's went over that like the last 10 games, and I mean those are all playoff games though. You have to take that into account. And this is a regular season game. He's not going to get the minutes he was getting in playoffs. So when you look at the last few games, you really have to weigh that for the playoffs. I just don't think that's as good of a play as a lot of people think. I saw a lot of people loving that play. Maybe take that with a grain of salt. Just, playoffs, we're going into regular season again. They're going to try to get all their lines going. So,
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. Daily Faceoff is lying to Nick. Yep. Drieger got sent down to the AHL. Robert likes Seattle's intensity, and I love Seattle on the road. They were a money maker for me, plus anywhere in that plus money range. Of course, they're not plus money in their next two games, being in Nashville and in St. Louis, but they're minus 110, minus 115. And spoiler alert, I'm on the Kraken all three games to start the season. I'm very high in the Kraken to start the year. Hill is on underdog. Looks like I'm siding with the public tonight, which means I'm going broke. If you look at the NFL, the public is doing well there. We'll see how it goes with the NHL. Hockey's back today. Yes, Kyle, let's go. I'm pumped too. Best of luck to all the puckheads. You're welcome, or no problem, Kyle. Power play time. Not getting to any power play props yet, but I will be soon. That's for sure. Hit that like button. Yes, hit the like button. Ron Crawford, what's up, fellas? And his NHL spreadsheet play of the day is Pittsburgh minus 135 three-way, which means Pittsburgh in regulation. Yes, I like that play. I do. But that is the first show of the season. A little bit of a smaller show, obviously, with just 3 games. But we've already given out picks. Make sure to give NHL Daily Bets a follow. As I said, his Twitter link is in the description below. Give him a follow. And thank you, everyone, for watching. And we'll see you on future shows. Thanks for watching, guys.